Okay, so welcome to Globfolio. So today I want to start by sharing how we smashed the market this week in my private community. Okay, so this is my WhatsApp group. So for some of you that are yet to join my WhatsApp group, feel free to chat me up via WhatsApp. I'm going to drop the number in the comment section and then you can take it up from there. So this is the WhatsApp group. At least I'm being transparent for sharing the WhatsApp group at the same time trying not to reveal the details of my community members. So you will see right here that um, I shared one stock. So let me quickly do a recap of what I shared with my members on Sunday. That's exactly a week. So I said this particular stock was chosen because it has a strong pricing power, which I think will drive its Q4 results. In Q1 and Q2, the company reported a loss operating and after tax. That means the Q1 result and also the Q2 result, the company reported a loss despite increased revenue, though marginal. So that means the increase between the previous quarters and then the current quarters were not really that high. So I think that's not really the reason they declared a loss. Operating margin expenses. So selling and distribution expenses and admin expenses. These are the major driver of that loss. So you can see here that I did a quick research and discovered that the losses in these quarters were not, sorry, this is an error, were not unconnected to, not were not connected, were not unconnected, meaning that they were actually connected to more than 100% increase in selling and distribution expenses as well as administrative expenses. So these were the major reason the company declared a loss. So what could have been responsible for this? So we know inflation, price of almost everything is going up. So we all know this. Remember I said inflation is good for companies that sell inelastic products. So when the price of things are actually going up, to a very large extent, it's good for inelastic companies and also bad for elastic products. So companies that sell inelastic products is good for them. Companies that sell elastic product, it's bad for them. So because they find it difficult to increase price or else they are chasing customer. But the ones that sell inelastic products, even if they increase price, the change is not really significant because most of these products are of essential commodities. So they can increase price and still retain customers. This company did prove this in Q3. Why administrative expenses and selling and distribution costs increased by 50%. Remember that in Q1 and Q2, this went up by almost 100%. And in Q3, it went up by 50%. So you would have expected a loss because they made a loss, they declared a loss in Q1 and Q2. So you would have expected them to declare loss in Q3. But the company reported impressive profits. That is both on operating profit and profit after tax. Both went up by 3 times and 2 times respectively. So you could have probably looked at this stock and say, what would have responsible for such a turnaround. So you can see this is the reason for the massive turnaround in less than 3 months. So which means that in Q3 alone, the company, despite over 50% increase in selling admin expenses, they still declared a profit on both operating level and also at the bottom level of 3 times and 2 times. That means their profit went up by almost 300%. Now, revenue went up to 2 billion in 9 months from 1.3. With 3 months alone, they generated 1.48 billion. And this 3 months revenue was even far higher than the revenue generated 9 months in previous comparable period. That means in 2020. And such revenue can only come from increase in price. So that's what I discovered on that stock. I noticed that the company had increased price to generate such revenue, and the industry's company is an education stock. They sell books to government institutions, private institutions, and some of its clients are. So, and what's that stock? Learn Africa. So, on Sunday, I asked members of my community to go buy Learn African stock the following day because I saw the technical setup and how that the stock was about to break 1.58. You can see the stock is about to break out from 4-year high of 1.58. It was selling then for 1.5. 1.58 has been strong resistance, which was tested in June 2018, February 2019, July 2021, and October 2021. Now, if the stock breaks out of 1.58, it may rally to 2 naira. You can see here. It may rally to 2 naira That's 28% upside or even more. But if it fails, we could see a pullback, and then you can see the whole story. So what happened the following day? What happened in that week? So let's quickly launch our charts. I want to quickly show you what happened the following. So this is Learn Africa stock. This is Learn Africa stock on charts. Now you can see this was the breakout that I was referring to right here. You can see the high of this. The high was 1.58. So around this region, you can see how that this was support, this was resistance. You can see how the stock rejected this level in 2015, rejected it in 2018. You can see this region, you can see here, and finally look at the massive breakout. So that you can see how the stock went up by over 57.14%. That's in the current month alone. And if we had to drill down to 1 week, let's see what you can see. The company delivered 46.67%. So it even cleared my expected pullback region of 2 naira. Is now selling for 2.2. So that's a perfect example of buying a stock that is yet to break out, buying a stock before it peaks. So we don't just drop this stock because we want to gamble, because we see that prices are going up. We want to see real driver. We want to see real demand and supply behind that move. So this is a clear example of breakouts, how we trade breakouts in the market, how we look at a stock as far back as 5 to 10 years and see where the price is. Remember in my previous video, I talked about key level, and this is a perfect example of key level. If you're able to mark certain areas where you think price will likely pull back from, or price will likely recover from, you increase your chance. Now look at how I draw my key level on Learn Africa. I have key level right here and I have key level right here, and notice how the stock broke out from this important key level. That's why I said if you want to be successful in this market, you need to learn how to draw key level. It's important. Don't just gamble. Don't say, oh, this stock is going up, is already up by 10% this week. Should I jump into buy? You need to know where the stock is. Is it selling at a major level, or emerging from the bottom, or about to break out a key resistance? So these are the type of things I watch out for before I recommend a stock. So that is Learn Africa. And then let's look at another important stock, Guinness. Guinness is one stock that I think you might want to see my update on. So I've already discussed Guinness with members of my community, and I shared important areas to watch on Guinness stock. So that's why you need to join the community. I may not have that time to share all the information here, because it takes a lot of time to put up this video. It takes a lot of time to analyze stock. So it's easier for me to quickly drop a message on my WhatsApp group than for me to come to YouTube. Yes, I'll try my best to always churn out valuable information that you can help your trade ideas, that can help your buy and sell decision. But I share more in my WhatsApp community, so which is Glowfolio community. So if you want to join Glowfolio community, just look at description. You have my phone number there, and then I'm also going to share a link to subscribe to this community. And if you have a question, feel free to use the comment section. I will definitely respond to you. And also apologies to people that have been sending me messages and I've not been responding. So please, I'm a very busy person, so but I will try as much as possible to respond to your questions and suggestions, and then inquiries on how to join my community. Okay, so that's all for now. So for the Learn Africa and also Guinness stock. So let's go to this business. What's today's business? Today's business is, I want to talk about two important stocks. The first one is Nigerian Breweries. So people have been asking, is Nigerian Breweries a buy? Should I jump into Nigerian Breweries? Is it time for me to buy this stock? This is Nigerian Brewery on charts. And notice how I have marked my key level. Notice how I have marked my key level. You can see that's the first thing I do before I decide on when to buy a stock. I mark key level. That is very important for me. If I can't find key levels, I'm not buying, because I need to see certain areas where uh prices are likely going to be a little bit volatile, or areas where I think there will be the fight between buyers and suppliers, or areas where I think buyers are in charge of the market, or buyers will likely take over the market, and also areas where I think sellers will take over the market. So if you're able to mark region like this, you improve your chance of becoming profitable in this market. I don't gamble. You can see from my previous video how this key level has helped me to predict stocks to a very large extent. I may not be 100% accurate, but I can tell you that at least 70%, 80% of the time, most of my stocks always hit their target. Why? Because of this key level. Now, this is Nigerian Brewery. So before I talk about Nigerian Brewery on charts, let's look at the fundamentals of Nigerian Brewery. I think the company had just released its year-end result. That's 2021, and you see net revenue. So this is Q3. Okay, this is Q4. That's for 12 months ended. Now, this is revenue 337 billion, 337 billion to 437 billion. Very good. The next one, gross profit 118 billion to 160 billion. Very good. The next one, profit from operating activities. This is important. 29.6 billion to 41 billion. Very good. The next one is profit before tax. You see here, profit before tax is 11.5 billion to 23 billion. Profit after tax is 7.3 to 12. So I don't need any magician to tell me that this is a good result. And then earnings per share 92 to 157. So is this a good result? Yes, this is a very, very good result. But in the stock market, it is not all about what to buy. This is where people get it wrong in the market. They know what to buy. They are very perfect. In short, 100% of investors in the stock market know what to buy. But the question is, why are they still losing money? Why are they not profitable? The answer is simple. They do not know when to buy. So knowing what to buy and when to buy, they are two different things entirely. They are not the same. You might know what to buy, and that's exactly what most of our stockbrokers do. They'll send you market analysis, they'll do discounted cash flow, revenue, profit, whatever, and then everything looks so good. And what next? You rush down to the market to buy, and the moment you place a buy, the stock takes southward move. Your market, your portfolio is going down. What happened is because you didn't factor timing. Timing is the most important thing you need to know. You can buy a bad stock at the right time and you make money. How? Power of demand and supply. People have sold that bad stock. They've sold to an extent where the stock is now extremely oversold. There's no more sellers in the market. Once you jump in to buy, the probability of making money from that stock is high because of the power of demand and supply. Because has already dried up. Nobody is selling again. Price at the bottom. So when you buy at that point, you would likely make money. And you can lose money for buying a good stock if you buy at the wrong time. Still, the power of demand and supply. You might jump in to buy at the top where demand is already drying up. When the demand for a stock is already drying up, what happens? Sellers take over the market and that may dip. This is why people don't make money in the market. So you don't put the blame on the market and say Nigerian stock market is bad, Nigerian stock market is not profitable. You are the one that don't understand the concept. You are yet to be guided. You are yet to be mentored. You are yet to understand the dynamics. That's why I always pay attention to demand and supply. And demand and supply can only be understood if you master key level, because this is key levels. This is demand and supply in the market. Look at this point. Notice how price dipped. Now, as price continue to dip, what does it mean? It means we have more supply in the market than demand, right? Now, by the time we got to this point, you see what happened? It means supply has dried up. When supply dried up, what happened? Price started going up, then increase in demand. So at this point, demand has outweighed supply. That's why the price started going up. Because when demand outweighs supply, price is supposed to go up, and you see that play out here. So this is important key level. So this is where supply dried up. Now, let's also come back to another region. Notice this important key level too. You can see as price continues to rally up again, it got to a point where demand dried up. And once demand dried up, what happened? Demand is dried up. Price started dipping because suppliers have taken over the market. This is it. So key level tells you areas in the market where suppliers are expected to take over the market and also buyers. So your ability to spot key level, you increase your chance of becoming profitable. So I've shared NB on paper. This is the financials. Very good. Very, very good stock. But should I buy Nigerian Brewery stock? That's the next question. You need to understand this. You don't just buy a company because they just declare their financial results. What if the price, what if the fair value, what if the rally that you're expecting have already been priced in the market already? That's why sometimes when you see some company release financial results, the stock begins to go down. It's not as if the financial result is bad or the company is not good. It's because the results you're seeing have already been factored in the price appreciation. So nobody is buying again because what you're saying has already been priced in. So analysts are not surprised. Fund managers have already priced in that result. So if you jump into part of excitement, you might lose your money. That's why you still need to understand the concept of price action. Okay, what is the market saying right now? How is the market reacting to this news? Is the stock emerging from the bottom? Are buyers going to take over the market very soon? Those are the things you need to ask. By the time you see a sign that buyers are taking over the market, then you start buying. That's how to follow the trend. So understand levels where supply will likely be dried up, where suppliers are going to give way for demand to take over the market, and also understand levels where demand is expected to dry up, and then demand buyers are expected to give way for suppliers to take over the market. When suppliers take over the market, the price will go down. When demand that's buyers take over the market, prices go up. So let's go back to Nigerian Breweries. So I hope this understanding would open your mind to understand how this market works. Now, this is Nigerian Breweries, and these are the key level that I've marked in this market. Where is Nigerian Breweries trading right now? Nigerian Breweries is selling for 48 naira, and this is the 48 naira region. Now, from my trend analysis, you will see that the price is still above both the 20 days and then the 50 days moving average. So we are still in a bear market. Nigerian breweries is largely bearish. Now, I remember sometimes ago I talked about taking a position in Nigerian breweries. That was a risk, but I took small position while waiting for clear confirmation. And I'm going to show you areas that I think that we are going to have a confirmed bull run, and we still have massive bull run. So don't always think that you will catch a stock at the bottom, and don't always think that you can sell a stock at the top. These are based on past trend. You can be wrong. Do you understand? So don't always expect perfection in the market, but you can't go wrong when you follow the trend. Don't predict stock. People always think that I predict stock. I don't predict stock. I can't be in the market. Nobody can predict stock. What I only do is to follow the trend. I try to understand trends. Once I have a confirmed trend, then I follow the stock. So this is how to uh, trade Nigerian breweries. Now we have impressive results, which is good. You can see volume right here. This month alone, over 107 million units of this stock has been traded compared to previous month of 71. That's almost 50%, more than 50% increase in volume. So that's also one sign. Number two, again, look at where the stock is selling for. 20 days moving average. Now I have a minor pullback right here, which is lower high. We call this lower high. So I can quickly draw my trend right here to connect this low. So let me quickly connect this low. Okay, so connect this low. Now this is what I'm expecting this market to do. This is what I'm watching, not expecting. This is what I'm watching. Now I want to see how Nigerian breweries will react. Nigerian brewery stock will react to that news on Monday. That's one. Now, if the stock breaks out of 56, if it clears its 20 days moving average of 51, which is this. So I'll be expecting the stock to rally from this 51 to 63. So my major entry point for Nigerian breweries. Yeah, some people might quickly jump in to start buying in reaction to that news, and you may not be wrong per se, but this is how I trade. I'm going to trade this stock. I'm looking at the stock to rise above 20 days moving average of 51.2 to have a confirmed bullish trend. Now, if the stock eventually clears 51.2, the next immediate resistance is 63. 63. So 63 minus 51.2. So we're going to see 11.8 naira appreciation. So you're going to appreciate by 11.8. So which is like 23%. So the move from this level to this level is 23%. So the potential upside potential right now, the potential upside move of Nigerian Brewery is 23%. No, these are estimates from the current level to the immediate resistance, which is this 23%. That is if the stock eventually clears 51. So if I'm going to place a buy order, I don't mind putting my buy price at 51.2. That is if I see it. So for me, I just want to have additional confirmation. That's what price action is. You can't pick at the bottom because what if you buy here and it dips further? So, but I just want to see a confirmed move. Remember, I don't forecast, I follow the trend. So we have immediate 28% upside move if the stock clears this region. And looking at this downtrend line right here, so which is around 55. So we have a, a buy entry of 51 to 55 naira. That's my buy entry move. Now, with these results, we expect an immediate move. If the market is going to react to this to 62. Now, this is another important thing to watch out for. On this 62, we're going to see a bit of resistance. The market is going to resist that 62, meaning that sellers might take over the market from here. Now, notice this point, how the market actually tested the 22 before pullback. So this is going to be a very strong resistance, 62. Now, in 2, 3, 4, 5 months or thereabout, 2, 3, 4 months, we're going to see a little pullback. Now, as the market pulls back from that 62, I expect these 20 days to act as support. I'm going to show you stocks that have played out this prediction perfectly. So this is not a guesswork. I'm going to show you stock that have played out this prediction perfectly. I have 2, 3, or 4 of them, but I'm not going to mention all. Some are for members of my community. So, but I'm just sharing what I have seen play out in this market. Now, this stock is now going to pull back from 62. Once it pulls back, these are people that have made profit between this price to this level. They're going to take profit a little bit. Now, as the market anticipates, because in this result, this is year end results. Let's go back to this. Sorry. This is sorry, I want to show you something. Okay, so this result is up to I want to know what this is. I think December, yes, December. So let's go back to the so here, so as investors anticipate in another first quarter results, which they think would be better as they anticipate. That's the word here. Now, we're now going to expect the market to pull back to the 20 days. Now, the next rally after this pullback would have the 63 naira price to contend with. Now, if it breaks this 63 naira, which is going to be above the 50 days moving average, this is where the big move is. That's why I always advise everyone. This is why I always advise everyone. When you're buying a stock with immediate resistance, make sure you sell at this point. Wait for pullback. When you see another confirmed bullish move, then it has this resistance to contend with. A break above this 63 should take the price to 99. But this is completely dependent on what the economy is. If the company continues to deliver impressive results, then we should be seeing 99. That is if it breaks out from 63. But for now, I have an immediate short-term move of 28% if the price, remember I said if, conditional buy, conditional entry, if the price rises above 51.2, which is the 20 days moving average. So you need to note this. If the price stays above 51.2, then we should see a rally to 62. But my downside risk is if the price dips below 45. So if the price dips below 45, what am I supposed to do? Sell, because the next support level is 24. And I'm not sure you want to see your price dip from 40, 51 to 24. So always look at the downside risk too. But at this point, I see the market reacting positively. So, but I'm still going to get a confirmation on Monday before I buy the stock. So that's Nigerian Brewery. Always wait for confirmation before you buy. Now, in my book, Explosive Stock Strategies, I recommended an entry above the 50 days moving average because that's where we expect the explosive move to come in. So let's look at a stock like Guinness. Now you can see how Guinness moved above the 20 days moving average. Now we didn't even see any resistance. So sometimes you you might not see any pullback, and then the stock will just blow up or break out from the immediate resistance that we're expecting. Let's look at WAPCO. Now look at WAPCO. Now can you see how this stock rallied above 20 days? You can see where it found resistance right here, pull back, you can see, and then rally again. So the next resistance facing WAPCO is 29. Any attempt for WAPCO to break above 29, we should see a rally to a high of 40 naira. So this is one stock that I've shown. I'm trying to think around stocks that have shown the same pattern, but I'm not going to channel everything right here. I'm trying to be very limited because of time. I don't want to keep us for a long time. So the next stock I'm going to talk about is flour mill. Flour mill. So this is flour mill. Now look at the impressive move of flour mill. I already have my, you can see flour mill just broke out of his 2-year high of 24.18. You can see here. So this was, I think this was around the last year when I recommended flour mill before the breakout. Now look at flour mill. Can you see the spot the key level right here? You can see the key level. Remember, key level is not an exact price, it's a region. So don't always think key level is one exact price that you should be watching. So I have my key level. Now notice how the price tested this key level, pull back, tested almost the same region, pulls back. But right now, it pulled back to the 20 days moving average right here. And you can see the, we call this the bullish engulfing pattern. How that this smooth rally engulfed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10 months. So the stock has been trading within range. Now you can see the clear breakout up by 22.94%. So right here, I have another major breakout that I'm watching out for, which is 39.4. 39.4 is the high this stock attained in March 2018. So you can see how the stock is approaching that level. You can see how the stock is approaching that level. So if Flami breaks out from 39.8, then we should be seeing a bigger rally to at least 48. So I have my next key level at 48, which is this, and then have another important key level around this region, which is 70, 74. So if Lami breaks out of this 39.4, we should be seeing, yeah, a bigger rally to 48. And if it breaks out of 48, we're looking at a bigger rally to 74. Now, what are the factors that could drive this stock? First, I think the company is in a sector that gives you the power to command price, flour mill. So one, they are benefiting from increase in prices. Inflation definitely favors consumer goods stock. The next one is merger with Honeywell. They're going to create a bigger structure, a powerhouse in the consumer goods sector, which should add to the value of the company. So that's why I'm also watching out for flour mill in market. So I think these are the two stocks that I'm watching out for right now: Nigerian breweries and flour mill. And if they play out according to my plan, according to my analysis, then I think we should also be smiling to the bank. So these are the stocks that I'm playing out, and I'm making it open to you. If you're here to join my community, feel free to chat me. You can also drop your comments in the section below. And then, if you're also watching this video and are yet to subscribe, uh, I, I beg you, please hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Liking my video will not do you anything. Rather, it makes my video visible to more people. I want to help people make money in the Nigerian market. This same Nigerian market that people think it's not profitable. This same Nigerian market that people have abandoned to the US market. I want to help you become profitable in this market. That's why I'm being transparent in my analysis. So if you've given up on this market, I want to help you to regain that confidence in this market. Thank you.